Okay, so in this section of the tutorial we'll be looking at emails, and let me show you what I mean by that. Still under our WooCommerce and settings, if you scroll down you can see a tab here called the emails tab. So you just click on it. Okay, so when you scroll down you have different emails and then who gets those emails. For instance, you have an email for new order, for cancelled order, for failed order, and then order on hold, processing order, completed order, refunded order, customer invoice book, order details, customer note, reset password, and then new account. Now the first three emails are going to be handled or received by the owner of the store. So what I'm going to do now, what this means is, if a customer comes to your store, places an order, you should get a notification that will help you know that an order has been placed on your store, and then you can follow up. You might not want to always come to your backend to check if there are orders or not all the time, so you may just want to, you will need to get a notification that an order has been placed on your store. That's the essence of this email address here. Once you set this email address and an order is placed, it goes directly to this email address and you can see details of the order. If an order is cancelled too, it goes to the email address you set here, and if there is a failed order too, it goes to the email address you set here. So I'll be going back to my cPanel and I will show you how to create email accounts. Then I'll come here and change these email addresses to the email accounts I'll be creating now. So back to your cPanel, you scroll down again and then you go to the section where you have email, then you click on email accounts. Remember, to access your cPanel, it is your URL/cPanel, your URL/cPanel. So I have two email addresses already created here, so I'm going to add one more email address and I'll just click on the add email accounts. The email, I'll call it ecommerce at vgsplatform.com. I will enter a password for that email account. Okay, so you can now just set it to unlimited and then click on create account. So what that means, my email address will be ecommerce at vgsplatform.com. so I'll click on create accounts and you can see ecommerce at vgsplatform.com has been created. So I'll go back to my cPanel. Now after creating my email account, how do I access that email? That's the next thing. So I'll come back to my cPanel and then I'll just scroll down. Okay, so to access the email created, you open another tab, type your URL or your domain name, www, in my own case www.vgsplatform.com. /webmail. Okay, so it takes you to the interface where you can log into your email accounts. So I'll just change this to ecommerce at vgsplatform.com and I'll enter my password. Click on login. Okay, so these are three different email software that I can use. If I click on the first one, I can use it as my default. Okay, so this is my email account. So I've successfully created this email account. So I'll be going back to my back end and I'll be changing this email address to ecommerce at vgsplatform.com, so that when I get when there is an order on my site, I get a notification in my mailbox. So e-commerce at vgsplatform.com. So this is going to be my email account, and I'll leave every other setting. Click on save changes. Okay, go back to my settings again. Back to my emails. So I'm going to change the remaining 2 email addresses. I'll just change them to e-commerce at vgsplatform.com. So manage change the email address, save changes. And this is the last email address, so I'll just change that. And I'll save. Okay, so that is how you handle emails that has to do with your e-commerce website.